Hey everybody, welcome to our fifth. I put up 4 minutes. Fifth installation of Tuesday Talk with Dee and E, and we're actually doing this live for real.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, today we're doing it live, so no mess ups, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm Ennis Fant.
I am Dee Carter.
And welcome to our installation of Tuesday Talk with Dee and E.
Yes.
That sounds really corny, but
it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, thanks for all the comments, questions. This has been fun. We didn't know how this was going to work out when we first started it a little over a month ago, but it has been fun. Appreciate you guys giving us feedback on what you're learning and how much you appreciate the information that we're sharing, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So today we want to do something. Again, we're really focusing on living benefits. Particularly if you're under 50, we know people under 50 think they're going to live forever. So they don't want to talk about leaving nothing to nobody else. They don't want to talk about it. But we talk about living benefits as money you get and use while you're living. Because between 35 and 65, like we say, you may not die, but at some point, you're going to be what?
Sick, hurt, can't work.
Sick, hurt, and can't work. Still got bills, still need money.
All right, y'all. And so what we wanted to really cover today was some of the basic terms that, people get scared and run off when you start talking in these terms. So we want to break it down so you can understand these certain terms when insurance agents start talking to you. And the first one is term. What is term life insurance? And so term life insurance is for a certain amount of time. And so when you think of term, think of the time limit that's on that policy. And so it can be anywhere 10, 15, 25, 30 years. But you want, there we go. Welcome back. All right. And then the next policy is, the type of policy is
whole life. It's kind of funny. I've been doing this a long time, and then you go talk to people, and they have in their mind what they want, not out of any kind of knowledge. It's based on what they heard somebody else say.
That's why we're here.
When you go to them, I want a whole life policy. Do you know if you need a whole life policy? Or I want a term policy. Do you know if that's what you need? That's what we do. We help you determine which program best fits you. Dee talked about term insurance. It's just that. Specific term, 10, 20. This might be our last time trying to do this live.
What is whole life?
Whole life is, it covers you, basically what it is. It covers you your whole life. It has two components. When you pay your premium, let's say it's $50 a month. 40 of it could be the cost of the life insurance. And the other 10 goes toward the cash value. So a whole life policy has two components, the death benefit and cash value. So it builds up cash value, earns interest. So later in life, you could, if you need some money for a trip or family emergency, something comes up, you can borrow against the policy. So you have a choice when you borrow against the policy. So let's say you borrow $5,000, okay, and your policy is $100,000. You can either pay the $5,000 back, which most people never do.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's okay.
It just
when you die, they just take that $5,000 out of the death benefit. So whoever the beneficiary is, instead of getting $100,000, they'll just now get $95,000. Okay.
Yes, and so that's the basics of what is term and what is life. And so when someone says term to you, you want to make sure that you understand that it's for a certain amount of time. Whole life is for your whole life, and so it really determines on what it is. Now, another term that people get confused about and don't understand, we want to help you, is the return on your premium. So what is your premium?
Premium is the amount you pay every month, whether it's $30, $50, $100. So your premium is the amount you pay for the insurance every month. And I'm going to let Dee explain to you, there are two aspects of ROP, is what we call it, return of premium,
Yes.
and people get them mixed up and used interchangeably. So talk to them a little bit about the return of premium on a term policy.
Well, first of all, we want to make sure that you get a term policy that has a return of premium. All term policies are not created equally. And so you will not get a return of premium on all term policies. So if you do have a term policy right now, check and see if it has a return of premium. If not, after that term is over, your money is just gone. And you've paid that term, and if you don't die within that 20, 30 years, then that's just money gone. And so it's kind of putting like an expiration date on your life, and hopefully you die within that amount of time so that your family can get that money back. But if you do not have a return of premium on that term policy, then you will not get any of that term back. I mean, that policy back. And with the air, and also
We really should have did this.
it's okay.
We should have recorded this.
Thank
No,
you.
but you got your little good you got your little good microphone on.
We're good. But the thing is, when you get a term policy, you want to make sure that it has a return of premium on it, because it is only for a certain amount of time. Remember, term means time. Okay? And then with the other type of return of premium that's available is with...
If you have a final expense plan, which all final expense plans are whole life policies, which accumulate what? Cash value. So let's say you are 65, 70. You take out a policy, but you have some health challenges, okay? Let's say you take Plavix or blood thinners or congestive heart failure, things like that, or multiple high blood pressure medications.
Yeah.
Then you would not qualify for immediate same-day coverage. You would qualify for what's called return of premium, which means most people think every policy you got to live 2 years. Not with us.
No.
95% of them is same-day coverage.
Absolutely.
But if you got some really, really, really big health challenges, we may end up in what's called a return of premium, or a graded policy, sometimes it's called, which means you got to live for the first 2 years for the policy to kick in 100%. So if you die within the first 2 years of the policy, because they gave it to you with all these health challenges, whoever your beneficiary is, they get all the premiums back that you paid plus 10% interest.
Yeah, that's what the return of premium is you're able to actually get your money back. It's not all of it, some of it back. And so that is a big deal when you're getting a policy, because you might have to, God forbid, say, okay, well, I didn't outlive this term policy, or I'm about to switch over and convert it to something else. Those premiums you paid, you want to get a return on your investment in anything that you do. And so those premiums that you paid later on, you might have to buy your baby a car. If your baby is 2 years old right now, when they get 16, you want to buy a car. Okay, well, you can pull out some of that policy from your returns, and you can use those funds for you. And so that's one of the biggest deals when people talking about being their own bank, borrowing against their policy, things like that. You can actually pull those funds out to be able to use for emergencies, things like saving up. We do have other policies with things like annuities. We'll get into that later.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and so it's really good because you can earn interest, and most of the time it's a lot better interest than what the bank has to offer. And so we'll get deeper into that, but we want to make sure that you understand what a term, a whole, and a return of premium is on your policy, because people have been paying into policies for 10, 15, 20 years and can't get any of that money back and can't convert that policy too. And so that's another thing we do need to talk about is conversion of policies, but we won't get into that.
Huge. That's a whole video in itself with convertibility. Do we sell any plans that aren't convertible?
No. No.
I tell you what, though, there are a bunch of people out there that's selling y'all policies that are not convertible. When them look 20 years up, you just out of luck if you didn't go be with the Lord.
Yeah, and so we just want to break those down for you. So now that you know, so that when insurance people are talking around you, you have that knowledge and those nuggets in your head too, and so that way you can ask questions and understand exactly what they're saying, and they're not just mumbling a whole lot of jargon around you and trying to get over on you, okay? So as always, reach out to us if you have questions.
Dee Carter.
I'm Dee Carter all over Facebook and Instagram.
No TikTok yet?
I have a TikTok, I do, but I still ain't got all the way in it yet. But yes, on Facebook and Instagram, I am Dee Carter, and reach out to me. Very personable, very friendly. And y'all just
I
Ask
always
me
tell
any
everybody to
questions.
reach out to you. Like they can't contact me.
Are you here?
I'm right here.
Okay. What's your name?
In a span. Don't just feel like you would like to reach out to her.
Reach out to us.
Yeah. I mean,
sure.
seriously, keep in mind, now you know the difference between term and whole life, and now you have an idea of which one you need because they serve different purposes. So just don't say you want one versus the other because you heard somebody say it in the street. So term and whole life, we're going to talk about universal life and index universal life later on. But we want to talk about term and whole life today, what the differences are, and the term and a term return of premium that is used so interchangeably, both with the term products and with our whole life products.
Absolutely.
So that's what we want to do today. We want to try to keep these to 5 to 6 minutes.
Yes.
Remember, we do these every Tuesday, Tuesday Talk with Dee and E, where we drop nuggets about life insurance to make you more knowledgeable about how that industry works.
And make sure that you share. You know, y'all can